Random, how's it going? It's your boy Hardcover, and today we're taking a look at the Irredeemable hardcover Volume 1, and we're going to take a look and see if this nice little put together package is worth your money. Let's get into it. Irredeemable is written by Mark Waid with art by Peter Krause. Now, if you've ever stumbled upon the Omnibus Collectors Facebook group, chances are you've heard about this book because one of the co-hosts of the Omni Bros Live, Jess Bragg, harps on it all the time. He loves this book, and I gotta say, with good reason. Author of the series, Mark Waid, is widely known in the industry as one of the best. His seminal work, Kingdom Come, is regarded as one of the top 10 must-read comics. He's got an incredible run on Daredevil that is regarded as, once again, one of the best runs on comics. And his run on The Flash is also widely regarded as an interesting examination on the character. So if you've never heard of Mark Waid, you really do owe it to yourself to look into this guy's back catalog. Now, Irredeemable centers around the character of the Plutonian. The Plutonian is basically a Superman-like character. At the beginning of the story, the Plutonian is liked by everybody. Everybody loves the Plutonian. He's great. He's amazing. He does really, really great things for people. He helps them out. He takes kitties out of trees, the whole 9 yards. However, one day, the Plutonian snaps quicker than a bag of Slim Jims. That's right, folks, the Plutonian basically loses his mind and starts killing people left and right. I mean, in the first few pages of this book, he kills a man's family in front of the man's eyes. Oh my gosh. What this means is that his former compatriots in this world full of superheroes must find a way to stop the Plutonian and figure out what the hell happened to this guy. I mean, he was pretty much the most perfect superhero that you can get. He was the archetype of being a superhero, and then out of nowhere, he ends up just going on a rampage. That's the general gist of what you need to know about this series, because if I tell you anything else, I really do fear that I will ruin a really, really, really great story. Now, this is a premise that we've all heard 1,000 times before. What happens when Superman finally snaps? We've seen it in Justice League cartoons, we've seen it in comics, but Mark Waid really does something special here with this book, because it really is an examination of not just Superman, but an examination of the world around him. Make no mistake about it, the Plutonian is a bastard. He is not a good guy whatsoever. He really isn't. He's probably one of the most dislikable antagonists that I've read in a comic book series in a really long time. So when he does get his bit of comeuppance, it's really, really worth it reading through this. Buyer beware, because if you think that the darkest thing that can happen in this book is that a guy's family being killed in front of him, then you have a lot to experience in this book, because this book gets really, really bleak at times, especially when you start getting into the Plutonian's backstory and you start seeing what it is that makes the character who he is. And I have to say that there's a bit of a panel in here involving his family that was genuinely really unsettling. If I have one critique of this series, is that I feel that sometimes some of the side characters in here aren't as fleshed out as some of the main characters, and when some of the side characters do die, it doesn't really have that impact that I think that Mark Waid was going for. So you're probably wondering, what am I getting in this book that I am not getting in the standard trade paperbacks? Let's dive into it. Okay guys, so if this is your first time checking out my videos, this is the part in the video where I go into great detail of what you're getting in the book. There is a bigger edition of this with more special features and more content and things like that. However, Boom Studios did not complete those deluxe editions all the way through. This seems to be where they're going to finish the entire series off. The premiere editions. So if you go out and you see a bigger, more grandiose edition, I kind of don't recommend you pick that one up because it's not going to be completed. Everything's going to be done in the premiere edition. This is volume 1, so you get to see the side of it. Boom Studios. There's the back. You get a few people recommending it, you know, Comics Alliance, Morgan Spurlock, the AV Club, the Express Times, things like that. And of course, Grant Morrison. Morrison being the rock star of comic books. So open this up, and I love this. I love this double page spread that you get right off the bat. Very beautiful. So you get kind of a taste of Peter Krause's art here. Wow. Let's keep going. Just beautiful, gorgeous art. He really does kind of have a Brian Hitch style to him that I think is astounding. Like, really, really good. And when he really gets to cut loose, especially in the action scenes, you definitely see it. But yeah, binding is really tight on this. Nothing terrible like the old DC omnibuses or anything like that, but it is pretty doggone tight. It's got kind of a sewn, glued type binding to it. I'm terrible with identifying bindings, by the way. That's probably one of my weak areas. I really need to get better in that, just saying. But let's go right into the back to get into special features without spoiling anything. The cover gallery, pretty standard stuff. You know, and that's really about it in terms of special features. There's really not much to see here in terms of special features. I was kind of disappointed in that. I really wanted to see maybe some scripts, maybe some, you know, extended work that Mark Waid thought about the characters, things like that. You know, where they write about the characters and where they explain, you know, this is where I got the concept for this character, things like that. But they really kind of shortchanged this here. However, for the price, you're getting about 8 issues of a great series, so it's not too bad. This retails for about $30, and you can find it cheaper online. The art in here is done by Peter Krause, and I have to say the art is gorgeous at times. He really does have kind of a Brian Hitch vibe to him, only not Brian Hitch, if that makes a lot of sense to you. I'm going to put up some digital scans up here and you'll be able to see what I mean. But the panels that he has here are gorgeous. The layouts he has here are gorgeous. The action scenes are beautiful. You really do get a sense of scale of just how powerful the Plutonian really is in this series, especially when he's traveling and he's flying and he's doing some really incredible feats. Overall, what you have here is a nice little deluxe edition package of one of the best writers at the top of his game, with a great story, a great concept, and with Peter Krause's beautiful art. I really cannot recommend this enough. You're getting the first 8 issues in this little collection of one of the best and most underrated series that I think I've read in a long time. I highly recommend you check this one out. I rate my books on a pass, borrow, buy perfect scale, and I am giving this a very solid buy. Go out, pick this up, and I think you'll have a really good time. If you're looking for something a little bit different than your traditional superhero flair, if you're looking for something a little bit different because you're tired of the big tune, if you're tired of Superman's, you know, over-the-top heroics, and you're thinking, man, I really would like to see what would happen if Superman really went cuckoo, this is the book to get. There you guys have it, my review for the Irredeemable Deluxe Edition hardcover. I really do hope you enjoyed this review. I'm sure Jess Bragg did. Jess Bragg has been harping on this book for the longest time, and if you don't know who Jess Bragg is, shame on you. You absolutely should know who he is, because he's a co-host of not only the news show, but of the Omni Bros Live podcast. He highly recommended that I read this, and really, I was so happy that he did. It's an awesome series that I really do recommend you guys check out, and a lot of people out there I know are sleeping on this, but I really do recommend this. It's incredibly well written, and the scripting is so tight. That's what I really like about this. Mark Waid does not waste a single issue or a single panel. Everything is tight, everything flows together, and everything matters in the grand scheme of the story. If this is your first time checking out my channel, I do weekly reviews of hardcovers, trade paperbacks, special editions, omnibuses, absolutes, all that good stuff. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. It's going to be found in the description below. And if you want to help us out, Patreon is found down below. For as little as $1 a month, you can get an exclusive video every month. Thank you so much, guys. Please check out all those links. And please, if you have a moment, please check out my buddy Giovanni's A Week in Geekdom. If you liked my Valiant review that I did this week, he just did a whole 12-minute review on Harbinger Wars. Check that out. That's going to be found in the description as well. Let me know what you think of Irredeemable. I love you.